Here we are, another week of BackChat, and we're all full of energy here at BackChat Studios because we're powered by Paywise. Hammer's still just reeling cars off the showroom, and thanks to Paywise and Hamish Brayshaw.
Yeah, mate, they are. They're just flying off the shelves at the moment, the cars at Paywise. And for anyone who wants to get into one, if you have an employer that offers novated leasing or salary packaging, come and speak to me because I'll sort you out. Novated yourself a lease with me.
Can you?
Very good.
Can you just deadpan this entire episode as if there's nothing wrong with what you're wearing right now?
What do you mean? What's wrong with what I'm wearing? At all?
Sleeveless.
I mean, it's a bit chilly, a bit brisk.
Would it surprise you to say Dan and I went for a coffee today?
No.
Not that part.
That's weird. You guys work together and you're close friends.
And there was a bloke sitting in the cafe looking exactly like you do right now, but West Coast edition.
It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. And again, I don't know what's wrong with that. I don't know why you're being weird about it. I'm just wearing a North Melbourne kit and a North Melbourne hat. I'm wearing my two favourite North Melbourne players, Jack Darling and Toby Pink.
Jack Darling, best kangaroo ever.
Yeah, 300-game North Melbourne legend. And I've got Toby Pink on my back, number 32.
Is that the 32 jumper?
It's a 32 jumper.
So good.
I thought they would have been sold out.
No.
Wow.
They've had to make it.
There
I think they've got Finn O'Sullivans and Harry Sheasels because there's not many of them. Like no one really. They don't get as much love as they deserve. Finn O'Sullivan.
Are they new guys?
Yeah, they're new guys.
Talking about sold out, I was thinking about this, and we'll get to you in a minute, celebrity in the back corner. I've got something to talk to you about. But, Hammer, I was thinking, like, Toby Pink jumpers sold out. Do you have any cars left to novate at Paywise? Like, I just assume...
The good thing about us is that we can go through any dealership in the world. Not the world, the country. The world's
Bugatti?
So you haven't sold out yet?
No, there's cars.
Not yet.
There's cars.
Wow.
We have availability across the country. So if you want a car and you have a job and you want to say, here's the thing. Yes. If you have a job and you need to drive somewhere and you don't already have a car, even if you do and you want a new one, if you like saving money and if money is something that you like in your pocket rather than with someone else.
Yes.
Novated leasing is the way to go.
Novated
yourself a lease. You call up Paywise. Go on their website. You can reach out through their email. You can call me. If you put in an email submission that you want to talk to me, I will be the one that gives you a call.
Great.
They all come to me.
And what if it's just for a general inquiry?
It's fine. Just have a chat.
Just want to chat with Hamish Brayshaw.
Yep. Might clog up my workday a bit, but if you want to have a chat and you just send an email in, pretend that I want a car, I'll have a chat with you. Even if it's a couple of minutes, just how you going? How's the day been?
That's great.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Do you know, I should have done that earlier today just when I got some breaking news just to have a chat to you about Hamish.
You should have.
Well, before you do any breaking
Tyrell
news.
Dewar, Rising Star nom.
Is that
this
right?
Week. Yeah.
Wow.
Good on him.
As of
Well
20
done,
minutes
Tyrell.
ago.
Really good.
27 touches. There we go. We'll take it.
Cheers to
It's
Tyrell.
nice to have a Rising Star nom in the West Coast.
I thought he
colours.
looked really, really good.
What do you have? 27 touches.
Yep.
He had a couple
Some-
of score involvements.
some meters
Good.
gained.
Meters gained.
Looks slick.
He's so slick.
Meters gained is hard to not do if you have 27 touches. Pretty hard to not get meters gained.
Unless you're like George Hewitt. So George Hewitt had like 40 touches, but he had 28 handballs.
Yeah, that's
right.
So if you're kicking the ball...
Unless you're Brendan Archie and can handball at 50. Brendan Archie, 40 handballs, 1,000,000 meters gained.
So, I mean, we've talked enough about ourselves here, and you know, this show is sort of running where Dan drives the conversation a little bit. But I did have a question from the week just gone. I don't know if you saw big news, of course, here in Western Australia. Jeremy McGovern, concussion panel, that's still pending. He was over in Melbourne for that. I don't know if anyone's seen the vision. Do we have the vision, or at least a picture, Jaiden? I can't see shaking head or nodding. No, that's a nod. That's a shake. I thought we were locked in, by the way.
We are.
I didn't
always.
really pass this on, Jay.
Dan,
I forgot to mention.
have you seen the vision from the airport?
No.
So Jeremy McGovern...
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but I'll let you keep going.
Jeremy McGovern coming off the plane, flanked by GM of footy, Gavin Bell.
Yep.
Former head coach, Adam Simpson.
Okay,
Doesn't work at West Coast anymore.
They're both Paywise ambassadors, so that probably works.
And what could only described as head of security, chieftain of security, Daniel Const, BackChat's own. What the fuck was going on?
Const.
Look, Look, someone was tipped off that we were coming home from Melbourne on the Friday morning. Don't know who it was, but somehow Channel 10...
Yeah, I'm coming. Hey guys, I'm coming home.
Channel
Someone
10,
meet me there.
Channel 10 were there waiting for us as we got off the plane. And look, it's just... It would have been nice to have a bit more space considering the situation. But, we're just there in support of Jeremy and... we move forward and hope that a good result comes from it.
So who are we?
A bit like that time Stapes belted the shit out of a camera when he was when they were trying to get up in Nick's face. Dan's allegedly, no, that actually happened. Dan's just in the front of Gov, just throwing fists at cameras.
I was close.
In a straight up fight with Lockie Reed at Terminal 1.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to find this footage.
I think Steve, Scuba Steve from Channel 10 put up the clip, and I was contacted by a few people asking what the deal is, but can't comment.
That's fair enough.
But we were there, papped, getting off the plane from Melbourne.
Out.
So it's good to see the boys. Boys, should we talk some footy? Because there's
yes, well done, Jaiden. Look at that. Oh, look at this in the background. Oh,
just making sure, keeping an eye on him.
No, it's good.
It'll come back.
Yeah,
surely it'll come back. Jeez, Gov's not overly happy, is it? Where's Daniel? There he is. Oh, you get the bags.
I had to go get the bags. I was like, boys, keep going, get to the car.
Yeah, you guys get to the car, I'll get the bags.
Yep.
That's great.
There you go. All right, let's talk some football.
Just leave that up. Instead of putting it down, I'll just leave that there the whole time.
Please stop asking me about that. I can't talk about it. But hopefully we'll have some news for you soon. All right, North Melbourne has finished its Western Australian tour with a 50% win rate at their home away from home after their loss to the Fremantle Dockers this weekend. Hammer, how were you feeling about this road trip and moving forward, Bunbury being your second home?
Can I ask that question? How chubbed up were you with like 4 minutes to go, scores level against Freo?
So we played South Freo and we lost. Disappointing result for East Perth.
You?
Came off the ground 5:15-ish. The game started.
How much did you lose by the way?
10 points. Not a lot.
My dad goes, "Oh, Hamish got belted today," and I was like, "Oh, really? Yeah, South Fremantle belted him." 10 points.
We're not playing soccer, Dean. 10 goals. No, 10 points. Anyway, we lost, and I'm disappointed in the rooms afterwards. Have a shower, go upstairs. I get upstairs at 5:45. And I've seen, maybe just closer to 6 o'clock, LDU's had 14 in a goal at quarter time, and I've nearly just exploded. My pants didn't fit.
Unbelievable.
Got tagged out of it. But he was unbelievable. Anyway, with about 4 minutes to go, I was at a pub at the local in Freo, it's called. Down the corner, I was with Em and a couple of her mates, a room full of Freo fans, and me, a boner. The only one cheering for every goal that was going
boner.
In. And
were you an annoying boner fan as well?
Not annoying, because I think a few people had obviously clapped eyes and been like, "Oh, you're obviously supporting your brother." No, I hope he goes well. Every time he gets a touch, go Andy. But then the bonus score, it's like, here we go, and then it was just a wave of momentum, and the boys were flying.
Yes,
center clearance after center clearance after center clearance. And we just fell short, but fuck, it was exciting.
I don't think I would have been able to cop the Hamish Brayshaw load at this podcast if North had have come to WA
and won
both.
We own WA. We would have owned WA.
Just rename half of Australia North Melbourne.
Yeah, correct. Arden Street is all of a sudden a whole state. We have the state. We're going to rename the Mitchell Freeway Arden Street. That's where we're at the moment. If we had won that game, but we didn't. 50%. On the road, we lost no favours coming to WA. I think everyone loves North. If you don't love North, you don't hate them. But now everyone's gained a little bit of respect.
It's a bit of like the Giants now. Everyone in WA might have like a second team sort of operation.
Everyone's got a second team, because the good thing is, if you're the other team, you don't mind us. So Freo don't mind us because we beat West Coast.
Yes.
West Coast don't mind us because we made Freo look a little bit shit. Yeah. So it's like.
Yes, hey and Freo like you because you didn't beat them.
Yeah, exactly. And Freo like us because we didn't beat them. So it's like, okay, well, West Coast, we guaranteed you the number one pick. Sweet. Good stuff. And then we made Freo look a little bit bad. Freo, we beat West Coast. Great. And you get 4 points. So everyone loves us.
Brilliant.
You played it perfectly.
We did. Except, we could have played it a little bit better. We could have won. But, geez, it was a good game.
Jeez, I love you. I love your badges as well.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of these. I'm going to get Toby Pink to sign it, and I'm going to get him to sign JD's as well.
His wrist's probably sore from there since he's been signing. I saw him in person. He's a big unit.
Yeah, big lad.
Solid boy.
Oh, mate.
Jeez, he was good too.
Yeah, mate.
He was exceptionally good.
How about
exceptionally good.
How about Pink Eye, mate?
I'm not. I'm not at all worried about
it. You shouldn't be.
I'm not. Charlie Comben's out, which hurts.
But,
you don't think that backline's locked down?
they're locked in, mate.
I think they're definitely locked in. They are away.
Charlie Comben, no worries.
Yeah.
Speaking of Charlie Comben, he has sent me a message with the design.
Oh, you're now on messaging terms with Charlie, are we?
Yeah. No, I'm just getting my hands in
the
at West Coast at the top line, and also just North Melbourne. I like to just be around the place. So, you never know when you're going to need a favour from someone. So I like to be around.
So what would your favour be? What would your favour be from Charlie Comben? You never know when you're not
place to crash. Oh, I'm in North Melbourne.
Wow, what a road combo that'd be.
Need something like fisted, like punched.
Oh yeah, you need something punched. Yeah, hey mate, I've got this guy always pisses me. No, not that.
Or like vice, like something to do with vice, like a vice. You need.
Oh hey mate,
a clamp.
I'm playing tug of war.
What about this? Hey mate, I'm playing basketball down the street, and the ball is stuck wedged in between the backboard and the ring, and nothing I do can get it out. Comben just comes and.
Yep. I would say more like I just broke, like an old wooden ship, like that I've been building for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Can you come and hold it together like glue? I don't even need the glue. Can you act as a clamp?
Fuse it together?
Yeah. Can you clamp it together? Yeah. And then it would all of a sudden just the molecules would just readjust and would be fixed. Yeah. That's fair.
Is that what you'd asked him?
That's what I've asked him. I did ask him about that, and also
that's a good favour.
The tattoo design that he has selected. So
that has. Do you know about this? You left last week.
I listened back.
Yeah. So Charlie, he selected it, and I will be getting it on Monday evening when I'm in Indonesia.
Excuse me. Do we know what this is?
Yeah. Well, I don't. Maybe I'll show it. I'll show it.
Mate, he's got a safari, just like you did.
Oh, in Indonesia.
So you go to safari. Dan's got a
Bali. What are you going to see?
You're going to Hawaii.
Not yet. It's not in footy season.
Well, I'm not going to Bali yet. Till Thursday. Anyways, I will get the tattoo on Monday night. I'm thinking I might be able to get it done live. I'll try zoom in from the pod on Monday evening.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Yeah, just make sure the tattoo artist isn't holding it. Oh yeah, here's that one. What handy? Oh, I'm right-handed. Were you holding the phone with your right? Yeah, sweet. I'll just do left-handed.
So you'll reveal
it then, because I feel like if I'm being honest, it's slightly underwhelming, and I'd rather it just be on my arm before people get to that's not a.
Has Nick Larkley drawn it?
Almost, yeah.
Can you describe it? Is it just a kangaroo?
It's a kangaroo. I mean, I don't know what else to say. So that'll be happening.
I thought they would get some real creative license there.
Charlie's a good guy. He said, "Mate, I don't want to stitch you up too much."
I was hoping that it would be a kangaroo riding an eagle.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be very good.
Sure.
Or just
but it's not that. It's not that, and that's fine.
Killing one.
Yeah, it's whatever the boys decide.
Whatever they decide, and that's what's going to happen. All right, let's move to the West Coast Eagles. The entire West Coast Eagles fan base are on tenterhooks, waiting on the news of how serious the injury is to Oscar Allen following their loss to Carlton last night. Sky, what should the Eagles be doing from here on out with Allen? Okay, so I'm going to give you two scenarios.
Okay.
One, a non-serious injury, or two, something more long-term.
Well, I haven't really seen what's been put out on socials today, but I
don't think there's any new news.
6 to 8 weeks. That's what I saw.
Right.
I've heard like 2.
Great. So the two scenarios are still live.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. It looked like he snapped his Achilles.
Yes, that's what I assumed he'd done.
Yeah.
But that's not a 6 to 8 week injury.
No, that's like the rest of the season.
And then he
sort of lay on the floor and slugged off.
Yeah, he couldn't walk at all.
It looked not great, but now I'm hearing it.
So
let's start non-serious. Injury. 1 to 2 weeker.
Play him as soon as he's available.
Dust him off and get out.
Best team, captain. See you later.
Get back out there. I agree.
I just doubt that's like you're not doing an injury like that with no one touching you and then getting literally carted off, like dragged off like a soldier.
Yeah.
Like can't,
Hacksaw Ridge sort of stuff.
And
please, Lord, give me one
you're
more.
Just not. Yeah. You're just not. I hope he is. So second scenario, Dan, let's call it 6 to 8. Because I think
season ending. Let's say season ending, which is 6 to 8 is basically.
Well, season ending, then he's not playing again. I'm just saying 6 to 8.
Yeah, right.
6 to 8 gets him to maybe a month to go in the season.
Sure, yeah.
I think that's a better thing to talk about because if it's a season ending, we know what's happening. He's not playing again this year.
Scenario book finished.
Yes, no, but they still have the opportunity to sign him or not. That's still.
Well, I don't think that's what you're asking though. I think you're asking whether we play Oscar or not for the rest of the year. If it's 6 to 8, more so 8. And there's 4 weeks remaining, probably not playing Oscar Allen.
You don't reckon? I reckon. I don't understand that. I think if you're fit and available and you're in the best 22, you play. My opinion is, and even if, let's say hypothetically he leaves and he wants to go somewhere else and explore his options and make more money and be on a longer deal, all power to him. But he's got 4 weeks left to play as the captain of the team he grew up supporting. Why would he not want to do that? I don't understand
Well,
why.
it's not to do with him, I would say. Like, if it's a longer-term injury and he has discussions, hey, I'm not going to be here next year, it's nothing to do with Oscar then, because the club will just say, well, if you're not going to be here, we're not going to play you. Why would they play him?
Yeah, but if they're not, if he's not said to them that he's coming or going, like if he still has to make the decision.
Well, he's just a player then.
Exactly, and play. And
yeah, but that's
play.
not what we're talking about.
Well,
we're not asking whether you play a player whether he's available at 4 weeks.
He's not going to come out and say whether he's going or coming or staying.
That discussion will get had. If
I feel like West Coast already know.
How you say that? Get had? That discussion will get had.
Yeah. Get had.
That will get had.
That conversation would have been had.
Anyway, Graham's just Graham.
It's just Graham. It's just Graham.
I think having those chats, mate.
Even if
this isn't a secret.
Yeah, but even if he comes out and says, I'm leaving, I still think they'll play him for 4 weeks.
Okay. Good to
What
know.
benefit? Okay, sure.
Well, what benefit is he's your club captain, you give him a little farewell. See ya.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't reckon you're getting
Nah, you're not
like
getting a clap.
farewell.
You're not getting a standing ovation.
Yeah.
You're getting a on the way out, no question. But, play him anyway.
Quick shout out to Tom McCarthy, 31 touches. Record as a West Coast Eagles debutant and the first Eagle this season with 30 touches. I don't know if I should be happy about that or not. Very cool that a debutant got it, but how have we not had someone with 30 touches?
Well, let's be positive. I've been positive about West Coast today. I woke up feeling like a lot of their players looked pretty good on the weekend. Less about the negative, like why we only had 30.
Can't talk about it.
New footage just come about down at the airport with Oscar Allen. I reckon Tom McCarthy looks like a composed 23, 24-year-old that knows what he's doing at state league level, which I just don't. I feel like there should be more Tom McCarthys around, and I feel like there are.
There are definitely more Tom McCarthys around.
Do you know what I mean? So why are they not? Why?
It's a good question. I don't know. It's hard to get drafted as not an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
People just don't see the value in maybe 19 sometimes.
It seems ridiculous.
It does seem ridiculous, and it is ridiculous. The only thing I'm not a bone to pick, or not a question mark, but the that whole thing of the most disposals on debut for a West Coast Eagle.
Brad Dalziel.
Brad Dalziel had 32 in his debut.
Yes.
But he wasn't an Eagle, but now he was an Eagle. So an Eagle has had more than 31 on debut before.
I'm glad you looked that up because I didn't think of
Dallas.
So that's why. It wasn't his debut game.
No, it wasn't, but his debut
for Brisbane
was 32 touches.
Wow.
And
then West Coast did the same.
And then West Coast, I think he had. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had.
Oh.
No, he didn't. He had 24 on debut for West Coast. But his debut as a player was 32.
Well, but West Coast aren't. You can't.
No.
It's like Oscar Allen kicked 6 goals the first time the players kicked 6 goals apart from someone from Adelaide.
Josh Kennedy kicked 5 in Carlton in the first 2 years. No, you don't get to do that. Sorry.
That's fair. That was just for me classic West Coast loss where one quarter just ruins the entire game. Literally,
it just happened to be the first one.
It happens all the time. You take one quarter out of the game, it's pretty even. It's just you lose it. You can't. We're not good enough.
Do you not think that's just Carlton taking the foot all the way off the gas?
Oh, absolutely, it is. But
so it's not one.
But if West Coast kept with them for a quarter, they wouldn't be able to take the foot off the gas. So it's just you're allowing a team to go, all right, we've belted you now, and we just rest and we just take it easy. You can't do that. Anyways. West Coast, we're not going to lose this week, guaranteed. So I'm happy about that.
You got to buy this week, I think.
Exactly, we can't lose.
Wow, you could have absolutely had me then. You could have just taken me along the road of it's an undefeated,
unlosable game.
Unlosable game this weekend.
We're still not going to lose.
Yeah, it'll be nice to not have that. All right, Jamarra
Kareem Abdul-Jamarra Ugle-Hagan.
Jamarra Ugle-Hagan has returned to the Western Bulldogs, addressing his teammates today, and is set to join training later this week. Boys, what do we think will happen here? Could he make a comeback to the Western Bulldogs?
Could we only refer to him as what you just called him?
Kareem Abdul-Jamarra Ugle-Hagan. Yeah, we can.
Kareem the Dream.
Kareem Abdul-Jamarra Ugle-Hagan has come back. Apparently, he's eyeing off a VFL return at some point this year, which is great. But I can imagine...
Which is great.
So the conversation, him apologising to the crew beforehand. Yes. Do you remember the Willie apology?
Please tell me about it.
That was obviously he did 2 years.
Oh, right.
Had his 2-year suspension. You were there.
Yeah,
you were in the room.
Yeah, so were you not?
No, I was there. It was like everyone was just sort of awkwardly waiting. It's there's just because there's so much built up tension. And it's like you're just in the locker room.
So
Willie
was
comes
it a
in.
cold meeting? Like everyone,
But it was
everyone
like
at 2
it
o'clock.
wasn't in the lecture theatre. It was in the player locker room, the change room.
So just like so this doesn't get taken out of context when someone clips it for socials, like. It wasn't just one moment of apology here.
No.
I remember.
No.
Telling what
But like the first one back, the first introduction back, and much like Kareem Abdul-Jamarra Ugle-Hagan would have had today, it's the first one back, and it was like because he'd been out for a long time, he'd sort of been like you could hear the rumors that he was coming back, and then he was back, and it was like everyone was a little bit nervous as to what he was going to say, but he just comes in and he was like, "Boys, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I'm going to try my best," and it was like. Okay, sweet. Willie's back. All right, sweet. Business as usual. Everyone just moves on.
Everyone was like, "What's this?
What's going to happen
dossier
here?
He's going to read. Is he going to break it down play by play?"
Sorry,
and all he did was just apologise.
Yeah, it's like it was just a sincere apology. Yeah, I really made a mistake and I apologise. I'm sorry. And it was like, okay, mate, good on you. Like, welcome back. And they're different instances what Willie and Kareem Abdul-Jamarra Ugle-Hagan would have done, but it would have just been the same, I think, today. He would have just gone in there. It would have been like, yeah, boys, there's been some stuff going on off field. You might have heard.
Let you down.
Like, I've obviously let you down. I'm really disappointed in my actions. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to make amends. And it would have just been like,
cool.
Let's get out on the track. And now he's playing footy golf with Sam Darcy. They were just kicking footies. Little footy golf game. You could see. You could see because in the vision, footy golf is where
brilliant game.
Yeah, brilliant game. You can pick a target. You can make a hoop. Like that's the hole. And it's like you got to do little chips to sort of get there, and it's great.
Okay.
And so I could see that's what they were playing.
You pick
today.
a point. And you kick the ball, dribble the ball on the ground, and wherever it stops, you go and kick from there. And
Yeah.
you have to land it.
Like golf.
Yeah.
With a footy.
Yeah. Anyway,
footy golf.
It was great.
All right, so back everyone. I think players are just happy.
I think it's just like the media will create a storm about it. They'll just go, they'll kick up this storm about all whatever trade stuff. He's back. He's not. Blah 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 blah. But like I think inside the four walls, he's got some relationships to mend. Sure, but like it'll just be. It'll be apologise and then just train.
I went harder than that on the Shelter Footy Cast this morning, but hearing that story just then and actually thinking about it, footy clubs are just so quick to move on.
Yeah, well, because they have to. They can't. Bond can't be sitting there being like, "Fucking Kareem Abdul-Jamarra Ugle-Hagan, I hate that guy." He'd just be thinking, "Well, fuck, who are we playing this week? Okay, sweet, I got to go play."
Yeah. If you apologise, thank you. Can I
Thanks,
go do
mate.
my
Can
touch,
I go and
please?
do? Yeah, let me get 1 million touches of the footy.
Yeah.
That's what.
No, you're so right.
That's
you're
what
so
will
right.
happen.
It's a really good point.
That's what will happen.
You're so right.
All right, Jaiden, can you give us some music, please?
You've got the touch.
You got the power.
Yeah.
All right, on YouTube, just a quick comment here. Fozjam says...
Is it a super comment?
No, it's not a super. Sorry. Still like to read out the comments.
I like you to read them out.
Yeah, obviously.
Just
saying it could be super.
Could have paid for it.
Next time, please make it super. Surely Jamarra Ugle-Hagan gets the 5 votes in the JB. Has to.
Well, Foz, firstly, I don't like you dictating to me what I should and shouldn't do.
Not
It's
to
the
you.
algorithm.
Well, it's not to you, yeah.
It's to the algorithm. The algorithm comes up with what the algorithm comes up with. But this week for the JBM, we are radio silent on votes.
You lock the votes.
The votes have been armor guard sealed.
Can you get a photo of that big ripped bloke,
Yeah,
Jade,
and then
that
put my
carries
head
the
on?
armor guard Brownlow votes? There'll be just Google those things. Big ripped
that'll be a
bloke
tough
armor
while he
guard
does that.
Brownlow.
So that's they've been signed, sealed, and much like the Brownlow votes, they are locked away for everyone except for maybe Andrew Dillon and a few other people at AFL House to see. And it is now up until what have we got? 10 rounds left or something?
Yep.
Maybe.
We're at round 15.
Yeah, this is so.
There they are.
Oh, my
That's
God.
me.
He's
Look
a
how big that bloke
beast.
There's no way that bloke's actually working security.
No, not a chance.
Like, they've just hired
They've just
him.
taken him from the Arnold. Oh my God! Is that Reece Matheson?
Is that Charlie Comben?
I think that's Reece
The
Matheson.
Vice?
Anyway, hang on a minute.
Oh, my gosh. That guy's a beast.
Sorry. So that's me with the Jack Buckley medal votes. Anyway, they are
you've
under
locked
lock
them
and key from now. So if you wanted to go back and look at the leaderboard and do whatever you want and put the numbers together up until this point, you probably can. I won't, for you or for everyone's sake. We're now locked in for the Jack Buckley medal at the end of the year, which I still don't know the date of.
It's the Monday of the Brownlow. It's the
Brownlow. Whenever the Brownlow is, we're doing the more important.
It's
of
the Monday before the grand final.
Yeah, the more important of the things.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's after we win
With
a
a
premiership.
premiership medal.
Oh my God,
This
that'll
time.
be. I was so pissed last year. It was fucking awesome. It was the best thing ever. Anyway, so I've put them under lock and key. There are some very, very notable performances from the weekend. Jamarra Ugle-Hagan played a great game. He had a few intercept marks. He was exceptional. He was all over the place.
Connor
Hayden kept Charlie Cameron to 2 kicks.
Boy.
Wow.
To 2 kicks.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't happen very often.
He was elite.
We had the question last week about what the whether or not we give any weighting to the eye test because
I will say, mate, very disappointing scenes coming out of Brisbane out of that GWS.
oh
game.
my god, yeah.
Jack Payne
Jack
has done his patella tendon.
Yeah, Jack Payne is out for what will be the season.
That could be worse than ACL, patella tendon.
It's
not-
a shit
it's
of
not
an.
good.
I mean, I can't say I've ever done one, but it's certainly it certainly rules Jack Payne out of the JBM
Yeah, well, I was going to say it might not, but it will.
because he wasn't leading
he
at the
wasn't
time, and
leading.
he can't now get the votes to come
But
back.
we will think of him.
We
in
will certainly
memoriam.
think about him. We'll
In
yeah,
memoriam.
we'll do an in memoriam for. Well, he's not dead,
No.
but we'll do it. Yeah,
No, to the
His
Jack
chances of winning are dead.
we'll give him an acknowledgement at this stage of the Jack Buckley
We
medal
will.
vote.
On that
because-
as well, can I just throw in some random mail?
Course
that I
you can.
got? Another top 5 to 7 contender of the JBM, as it stands, may not play again for the rest of the season.
Sorry, who's that?
I don't want to say any names, but I know that I've been getting my hands in some pies. There is another name
Why
that
don't you put a
has
hand in
recently.
pies, fingers in pies, isn't it?
Charlie Comben.
No, not Charlie Comben, but someone else.
Yeah,
But
so
anyways,
Dan's been talking about
Putting
texting Charlie
fisting
Comben.
pies.
It can't be. I saw Charlie. It's not Charlie.
no, it's
No,
not
Charlie's
Charlie.
playing in
No,
a couple
it's not
weeks.
Charlie. No, it's not Kangaroo
Well,
Spy.
who is it?
No, I
Why don't you tell us?
can't name names. Can't name names. I don't want to be wrong.
Okay.
So
Dan's ruining it. Anyway, so
Who are you speaking to, Dan?
anyway,
we'll see.
I've got I've done the votes. The votes are in, and the votes were very, as it always is with the algorithm, very reflective of the round.
Can you tell us if there's any record breakers at least?
There was no record breakers, but what I can tell you is 5 votes and 4 votes. The 5 vote getter was 9.65, and the 4 vote getter was 9.61. So it was real
Wow.
tight up top. Then it dropped off to about 6. So there were 2 clear 5 and 4 vote
Fisters,
getters, 2 clear fisters for the week, and there was a first time vote getter in there.
I love that.
A first time vote getter in the mix.
Tell me we have
We've got the footage.
spoil of the fucking
So yeah,
century.
this was also in there. We wanted to discuss. I had a couple of people send me in this. If this doesn't get 5 votes in the JBM, the algorithm's shit. Well, the algorithm is not shit, but it just doesn't account for the single greatest spoil that's ever been existed in the history of the world.
Have a
Joe
look
Fonte.
at this. Not even a thought in
No.
the world about marking this ball.
Went one-handed the whole way.
If
Would
you
you like
are
a
not
card? No,
watching
thank you.
this, he is standing on Cam Raider's shoulders. And I don't mean that
No, literally he is.
technically. I mean literally, figuratively, fontily. He is just...
His hand is in Cameron's face.
It is... That needs to be hung in the Louvre. Look at that.
At
My
no point... It looks a bit like Harry Sheasel
that
there,
Sam
actually.
Taylor he's on?
That is Sam... No, so Sam Taylor hasn't... He's under there as
Who's
well, but he's not...
15?
That's Sam Taylor, but he's not touching Sam Taylor. So he's
Sam Taylor, just
also
for
trying to
instance,
spoil.
one of the great spoilers of all time, is trying to spoil this. Joe Fonte is a body length in front of him.
Joe Fonte could have easily decided in this situation to win a car.
See, correct.
Oh yeah.
Like, you take this mark here, you win a car. Like, that is mark of the year if that gets taken, isn't it?
It is just.
I think
one
that's
of it.
mark of the year. In the back line, like you're the last line of defense, and you think, bugger it, I'm going to take mark of the century. I'm going to stand on someone's head with the goals
Oh,
behind it,
my God.
And instead you decide to punch it.
He was running to the contest with a clenched fist.
It
Like,
was
that's
always
how much
with-
he was.
he was running to the contest with one hand up and one hand down, only going like that, and then, what a fucking
How
fist!
good it is,
A
mate.
sensational fist. Yeah, I can't say whether or not Joe Fonte will get
Lands on his
votes.
feet too.
He does land like on his
That
feet,
would have
like
been a
hat.
massive mark. That would have been.
It would have been mark of the
fucking
year.
Massive mark.
It would have been mark of the
But
year.
you know what? It's not worth it. That was worth it.
Yep.
Fisting it was.
I'm going to get him a remote control. I think we get Joe Fonte a remote control car.
Great.
Yeah.
But for the end of the year, like a mark. Hey mate, here's what would have been mark of the year. Have your remote control Hot Wheels.
Can we please make a note of that? Because that's great.
Yep. Give him remote control car of the year.
Time you here with us till today, Hammer.
Like 5-10 minutes maybe.
Okay.
All right, cool. Well, let's move
Joe
on.
Fonte remote control car of the year for the best spoil ever. Well done.
Powered by Powerwise.
Powered by Powerwise, obviously. Oh yeah, we could Novoted. We could
Oh,
Novoted
himself a.
We could
Novoted.
Novoted you, Joe, a remote control car.
All right.
Probably can't do that, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, despite big money deals for Bailey Smith and Jeremy Cameron, Geelong is set to have a war chest to target more stars in the coming years, as reported by Geelong fan Mitch Cleary. Hamish, how on earth do they still have a war chest to be going after these big players?
Well, it's
Allegedly.
So the way it works with AFL contracts,
And you can swap your mic cover when you get a
No,
sex
do
job.
whatever you
Or
like.
you have to do
If
it.
you want.
That's right. The way it works with AFL contracts? Do you remember do you remember physically signing yours?
Yeah.
So they've got
DocuSign or pen?
So it's pen. You have to pen sign.
Pen, yeah.
So the way it works is there's like 10, 12 pages, and it's all like term 1.3, term 1.4.
It's a standard contract.
Standard contract. Geelong's is a bit different. So they've got all the way, I think it's like the CBA notes in there, it's in through to 16 or whatever. They've got 17.1, and the 17.1 is in the appendix section. And it's a 4-page map. So what it does is it starts at Kardinia Park or GMHBA Stadium, and it like takes you on, I don't know how long, I mean, I think it differs contract to contract, but it's like this, basically a treasure map that goes as far as Lawn and sort of back towards the Westgate Bridge. And each player gets a different one, and it's 4 or 5 to 6 pages of their appendix. And it has a map on there with an outline, and then it ends at an X. And the AFL, if they ever were to do an investigation, allegedly, all it says is it's a fun connect the dots game. But, when they hand it over, Chris Scott's given them the wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Here's your contract, sign at page 17.6. And they go there with a shovel and go dig some stuff up, and there may or may not be just a treasure chest worth of gold under there. Literal gold.
Does the player just go there by themselves,
Yep.
or do they take people?
No. They go there by themselves at night just to make sure that they're not being followed. And
So it's a war chest.
It's a genuine.
They dig up the war
They
chest.
genuinely
That's what
dig up the war
is.
chest. Yeah, that's what. Who said this? Mitch Cleary.
Yes.
It's reported by everyone.
Everyone. That's
Fact.
what they mean when they say Geelong's war chest. They've got literal war chest buried from here to up the Great Ocean Road.
You are a genuine idiot.
Well, that's what
right?
happens.
You are a genuine
That's what happens.
idiot.
They have to sign the contract twice, at the end of Appendix 17 and then at the end of the treasure map, once they've picked up their gold.
Can I, while I've been listening to the absolute ramblings of this man next to me, I know it's in on our run sheet, but I thought we're actually going to have a chance to chat to David Zeta on the show tomorrow. And it was just
For the
randomly.
footy interchange.
Yeah, on the footy interchange, on another matter, but we're going to speak to him about this, and I just thought I'd ask Hammer about it, maybe you did.
I actually laughed so hard at this one.
So I didn't see the original tweet.
Neither did I. I'm real flat about it.
He must have deleted it. But he is, so David Cedar, great operator. I
Friend of the
actually
family.
very much like his sense of humour and his operating
Prowess.
prowess. This is from David Zeta, verbatim. I tweeted earlier a deal was close for Marcus Bontempelli and an announcement should come in the next week or so on a 3 to 4 year extension. That was not accurate, and I apologise. That's on me. Should be better at my job than that, and I wasn't on this occasion.
I love that from Zeet. That was huge. Like, that's good. Just a bit of ownership. Accountability.
I just really want to know what happened. I want to know,
I would love
did
to
Bont
know.
call him? Did
Yeah.
Bevo call him? Did the manager call
Because
him?
I've got this suspicion with journalists in the media that sometimes when something is like more than likely definitely going to happen, i.e. Bont re-signing at the Bulldogs because he's never going anywhere,
Yes.
I feel like you can throw a Hail Mary out there and just be like, hey,
Yeah.
whenever it
First
sits,
to
it's
report it.
hey, I'm hearing word that Marcus Bontempelli will re-sign for the Western Bulldogs and he will do it in 7, and it's coming. And in 7 weeks' time when he does it, I was the first to report it. Like, obviously, it's just a very educated guess.
Wouldn't it be a nice twist in the tail if Marcus Bontempelli signed a 3 to 4 year deal in the next week or so?
Oh, it'd be hilarious. It'd
Wouldn't
be
that
hilarious.
be fucking great?
It'd be unbelievable.
David Zeta will look like the king of all kings.
No, David Zeta will look like an idiot for going back on his statement. But like, I like that. A journalist coming out and say, "Sorry, guys, it mucked up." Like, Caroline Wilson has just dragged Tex Walker's name through the mud again.
Yes.
Yeah, she
saying
doubled
that,
down this morning.
Yeah, double down.
This
Triple
morning
down.
she
That's
was
not
like,
a double down. That's
It's like a quadruple
She
down.
went again.
And Nazar Wanganeen-Miller has come out and said that is just unequivocally not true. And then Caroline's, nah, stop lying. You're lying.
Yeah.
People know more than you, Nazar. Well, it's me, so fuck off.
Who's lying? Nazar's
Caroline Wilson is obviously.
I actually don't think
Allegedly.
Caroline Wilson's lying.
No, she's been
Why would
told
she-
something.
why
She's
would
obviously
she
been told
triple,
something that she
quadruple down?
backs. But like, the guy who she's talking about has come out and said that's not true.
Yeah, it doesn't quite matter anymore when the two people that are
Yeah,
related to
Tex
say-
and Wanganeen-Miller have been on the phone apparently speaking to each other, and Nazar said, that's not true. That's not swaying my decision
probably
at
end of
all.
the story at that stage. I would have.
I think that's just like, oh, actually, guys, sorry, David Zeta here, Caroline Wilson here. I should have been better at my job and I wasn't. But instead, you've doubled down on it. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. I like that from Zeitz. Ask him about it tomorrow, and ask him about the Caro one.
Oh, don't worry. I will. Yeah, I know. I won't speak about the Caro one. What else we got, Dan?
All right, here we go. The AFL is cracking down on umpire contact after a record 51 charges, which seems high. I haven't only heard of 3. And over $75,000 in fines this season, prompting a push for umpires to create more space at stoppages.
Talking about fines, can we load some of them up? Hammer hasn't seen fines for ages. Fines have been going off their head
have they?
On the show.
We have copious amounts.
Mate, you don't get to hear any of them. So before you leave, you listen to some fines.
That's fine. I can talk about this.
But on the umpiring, I just wanted to ask you.
Yep.
So it is what it is. But I want to ask you as a midfielder because I don't know what's going on in the midfield. Is it hard to avoid the umpire?
No.
Right.
It's not.
Okay.
The only way. So it's not hard to avoid the umpire.
Because you guys are in and amongst it, and you know which way's coming out. Like you
always know which way's coming out.
But players, I always see midfielders like running next to each other, and then they split or like they.
I haven't had an incidental hit with an umpire that I can remember.
Ever.
Not like I can't remember one.
Right.
So it's not like it just doesn't. The only way people get hit incidentally with an umpire is when their opposition player pushes.
Which is a fine against the pusher.
Correct. That's where that's the system. That's the fine system.
But isn't there guys just running into them? Isn't that what's happening?
Yeah, but some people aren't like. Yeah,
51 charges.
I know. Obviously, it's like it's high. But if you're going, you know where the umpire is, and you position yourself in a way as a midfielder. If you're in front of the ruck, it's like, okay, I'm going to either stand a bit his side or a bit my side and try and work back into that space.
Yes.
Depending on what the ruck's doing. I guess it's a bit
because the umpire opens up like a channel of space a little bit.
Yeah, and runs.
Out.
But it's also I'm in this luxurious position where I've got Scott Jones as my ruck, who is the biggest son of a bitch of all time. And it's like, just hit it a little bit there, Scott, and he just does because he's good. Yes. And so that's handy. But yeah, it's I think it's just not hard unless the only way out of it is for them to throw the ball another 3 or 4 meters higher somehow and get out of the way.
Because the problem is they can't look behind them because they're looking at the context.
They've got to look at the ball. I'll tell you what's a way out of that. Fuck the ruck rules off. Let them do whatever they want. They're the 2 biggest blokes out there. Let them just wrestle and beat the shit out of each other.
I've got a better solution.
What?
And it's a bit unorthodox, but it's also highly orthodox and very simple. Instead of running backwards out, throw the ball up and run forwards. You'll see everyone in front of you. So instead of exiting, throwing the ball up and backing up, watch behind me, guys. I'm going straight back. You hear that? Yep. Just run a straight line forward.
Is that what they say? Watch out, guys. I'm coming.
Listen to any game. Hey guys, coming straight back. Umpire, going straight back. Watch out behind me. Watch out, please. Separate a meter, please. So now we throw it up and we're running forward under the ball.
I got 2 scenarios. So that's a good one. But you're still not looking at the ball that way.
No, but you've got 4 umpires out there, mate.
Yeah. Here's my 2 solutions to the ruck. That little infringement into stoppage.
Or maybe don't move. Sorry.
1, let the rucks do whatever they want to each other.
I don't know what that means.
As in, like, if the rucks are going to... Because, like, the only reason you have to watch the contest...
High contact,
is for high contact, for pushing early. And
so they can get headlocked.
Just let the rucks... The whole idea is to be bigger and stronger. Let them do it. Let them wrestle. Let them do whatever they want.
High?
Yep, high. So there shouldn't be any free
jumpers.
Kicks. I don't think there should be any free kicks given. In a ruck.
None.
Like, obviously, if it's like Vickery on Dean Cox, then you're out. So that's what the other umpire can look for.
Punches.
But, if it's just... Because all this shit is like, just play on for a ruck, I think. And I think if you serve out all the rucks, they'd be fine with that.
Okay.
Option 2 is, if I stood from me to that door away, how far do you reckon that is? 4 metres? 5 metres?
4.
Do you reckon an umpire is good enough or is skilled enough with the ball to throw it up in a little arc to there? Stand behind
Sounds like a boundary throw.
Like
a miniature boundary throw-in. Yeah. So stand behind the midfielders and just go, there it is, have that, play ball.
Well, the answer is yes, because they do it on a regular basis at the boundary line.
Exactly. So I think it's they're 2 easy solutions.
Mini boundary throwing.
Miniature throwing.
One last one that I'll just throw in there is, you know those little rear view mirrors that cyclists wear?
Bicyclists.
They just put them on their helmets so they can see behind them. They throw it up and they've got like a little rear view mirror on their
That means they're still not watching the ruck contest.
No, one eye on the contest, one eye on the mirror. All right, Jaiden, load up some fines, mate.
That would be so fucking funny.
Running around in Phil Narkle's helmet.
Yeah, exactly. with a helmet on.
Bifold mirrors, like blinkers on.
Hey, before we listen to some fines, real quick shout out to Greek Yogurts, which is a great name for getting 7 correct.
Spelled
and winning
Y-E-O.
Tipping, winning tipping this week with a 25-point margin.
I got 6. Do you want 6?
Hey, hold on. Do you want to quickly address something with Hammer, or should we just listen to fines around the commitment to 5 cartons of beer?
So you're going to know the exact details here, but you owe a lot of beer to one of our tipsters.
I don't. Shelter do.
So
Shelter were on board with this.
Were they?
Can you remember what the deal you did?
Yeah, the deal was if you get the all 9 in a perfect margin, you get, instead of 1 carton of beers, Shelter will give you 5 cartons
So
of
would
beers.
you believe that someone in our tipping comp has done it twice? The same bloke has done it twice. 0 margin, 9 from 9. And he sent in a fine last week and said, "Where's me 10 cartons of piss?"
Oh, it's not me. It's on Shelter, and Shelter will happily provide.
Okay.
I just feel like you might need to maybe have a bit of involvement, maybe at the sponsor end, because
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
done that deal.
Yeah, no, I did that deal, and you, obviously, I talked for you.
Well, because no one was ever going to do it. And old mate's done it twice.
Is he the only bloke that's done it?
Yes, and he's done it twice. And he wants 10 cartons of beers.
That's probably...
It's like $1,000.
Yeah, let me call Tom.
Okay. All right.
But
Really disappointed in you.
Okay. Is this that guy?
Promoting the shit out of the Socceroos. Fantastic.
Yeah, go to the Socceroos.
Went there myself Thursday. Lid absolutely blew off when the goal went in to win it.
Yes.
In the 90th minute, mind you.
Yeah.
Not a mention. Hammer's happy hour, the Friday after, not a peep.
I was away.
The Monday after, nothing,
I was
nada.
away, sorry. I don't care about soccer.
Mate, I get you getting paid for these, but fucking show a bit of heart. This is the national team, and not a word. $5.
Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. I wasn't here. I wasn't in the country. And
That's why you didn't speak about it.
That's why I didn't speak about it.
I had heaps of beers.
Yeah, that's fair.
I had heaps of beers, and it was great.
Do you know why? I can give just a little reason. They hadn't officially qualified yet. We didn't want to celebrate too early.
didn't wanna
Call
go
the
too
early
early.
crow.
No, that's just on us, I think.
But, I'll take it a little bit.
I feel like you and I alone would have spoken about going to the Socceroos and drinking beers.
Yeah, I think we did.
Feels like a furphy, but I'll take the $5
Yeah,
fine.
take it.
Just going to give Scully a $2 for his three-quarter time address on Fox Footy for the North Freo game.
This will be good.
That was absolutely shocking, mate.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers. That was it.
That's
No,
brilliant.
nothing. That was
That
it.
is so good.
Do you remember it?
It was
I'm trying to
absolutely shocking. Cheers.
Do you remember
Hang
what
on.
he said?
Hang on a fucking second. Freo North Melbourne, is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
fair
that's
enough.
what he said.
Three-quarter time.
Perfect. I'm sure how shit it was. You know what I came out and said?
What?
I reeled out 3 different types of stats. I mumbled my way through a little bit. A kid fell off the balcony as I was talking. I won't
What?
get into that. Yeah, that's why I was a bit shit, because I stopped talking.
Hilarious.
But my point
Was
was,
the kid okay?
Kangaroos are leading every stat here. They're going to come back and might win this game.
Yeah.
That was my point. Maybe I didn't speak very well.
Well,
But-
is the kid okay?
Honestly, fine, fair enough. Chuck you in a suit, chuck you out in the middle of Optus, see how you go in front of the camera. Shit ass, I would have thought. But I'll take the fine on. No worries.
Sorry, one more time. Was the kid okay?
Look, I said we'll get into another time, but a kid literally fell off
From which
from the rung. From the
How'd
not,
he get
not
up
from
there?
the top.
How'd they get up there?
They were sitting in their seats.
And what, they've just done a flip?
Yeah, they went over the
Parkour.
top. Yeah, one over the top. There's like a 12-year-old.
Were they okay on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's hilarious. It's hilarious then. Anyway,
Good morning, legends at BackChat. I want to fine every person who cannot drive capably $3. Every day I go to the local supermarket on the way home and I turn left out of Coles onto High Street through Geelong and it turns into there's 2 lanes going left. There'll be a car in front of me and he'll be sitting there and there'll be 10 cars coming through. They're all in the right-hand lane, but the car is too scared to turn into the empty left-hand lane. Waits for ages until there's no traffic just to turn into the empty left-hand lane.
Yeah.
If you can't turn in there when there's traffic moving, you shouldn't have your fucking license.
Yeah,
that's fair.
we get a big situation here in Perth at the merger by the city there.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
I
Yeah,
hate
Mounts Bay
it.
Road. Getting onto Mounts Bay Road.
Yeah, that
Like-
is disgraceful.
Yeah, it's like
There's people coming on. There's people
Oh,
trying to get in
some
the lane.
guy
They just-
charging down the left.
No,
You've
that-
done it. I've seen you do it.
I am the charger down the left because there's all fucking Dan Const sitting in the lane with their blinkers on while the traffic stop. Move your car. Don't just stop in a lane and let people in.
you know
get
what the
in
biggest,
or
the
get
biggest,
out.
the biggest, yeah. Here's
Get
the
in or
big,
get out. And you get off into the exhibition
Yeah.
centre and you can do a loop.
yeah. The biggest killer on the road is indecision. Fucking make your mind up.
Yeah.
Hurry up and go.
See, Dan's upset about.
Oh,
Dan,
Dan
will
would be
sitting in a
beeping
lane.
everyone.
I beeped someone this morning.
Oh, no!
What did they do?
Oh, I don't know. It just pissed me off.
Honestly, it'd be a shorter story
Went
to say.
59 kilometres an hour, did they? Instead of
It'd
60.
be a shorter story to say the amount of days in the last
Dan
200,
Const hasn't
200
beeped
days
someone.
you haven't beeped someone.
It's there to be used. Next one, please.
$7 fine. That's how many times I had to rewatch the footage to ascertain whether Dan Const was loitering in the background of a Jeremy McGovern media stop at the Perth airport.
Yes, he was.
Mate, we know you love West Coast, but Jesus Christ, give the bloke some space. Go
Can't
through
talk
a
about
bit.
it. No, I would like to talk about it more, but I'm actually not allowed
You're not
to.
allowed to. Yeah,
So
$2.
So
Legally.
I'll take it.
Cop 7.
Is that it?
Jazz just loves that picture.
Chad's locked out.
Okay, lads, please bear with me. I'm a little bit fired up.
And pissed.
I've been on the fucking 16% orange fucking broom fucking cans for the first fucking half of the footy. Now I'm on to the Black Russians. We're still at fucking half time, and I'm going to fucking let loose. Here we go.
Here we go.
A fucking $1 million of that fucking psychopath fucking BB for putting the world fucking nearly into World War fucking 3 because there's a fucking...
All right.
Who was that? what was that?
16. Did you say 16%ers?
Did you clip him, Jaiden?
Yeah. Okay.
Because we're live right now. We're not on radio how you can dump people. Like, we're live on YouTube. So I
Gosh,
feel like
that
that
was
was getting
intense.
towards defamation areas.
Was he talking about Trump? What was he?
Should we roll the dice on that again?
I want to play it.
Yeah, go
I wanna
again,
play it.
Rob.
Can we put a disclaimer
Okay.
out? If he says something that is this is not representative of BackChat.
No.
It's not representative of anyone on this show.
Nope, agreed.
We have no control over what's about to happen.
And if
And
you
we'll do
are
our best.
driving with your children in the background, it might be time to turn the volume
this
down.
bit off.
And if you do listen to this with your children, bloody shout out to you.
Yeah. All right.
Here we go.
Okay, lads, please bear with me. A fucking $1 million of that fucking psychopath fucking BB for putting the world fucking nearly into World War fucking 3 because there's a fucking psychopath. And then how about this? Fox Footy, you can have fucking $10, you fucking dickheads. Ooh, good idea. Let's have fucking Big Nose Pavlich fucking commentate the fucking games for the fucking West Coast Eagles. That's a good idea. Hey, and let's fucking put his sidekick as fucking Simpson. That cunt only won fucking premiership because Sam Mitchell fucking came here and told us how to win a fucking game. Fuck me, Dad. We finished off. I was watching the halftime fucking Fox Footy fucking shit. Some four-eyes fucking prick, I don't even know his fucking name.
David
He's
Taylor.
like, oh, Harry Mackay's doctor's on holiday, he's coming back, but it doesn't matter. The fucking Blues are fucking firing. Oh, yeah, they're only fucking firing because they're playing the worst fucking AFL team in fucking the last 20 fucking decades, you dickhead. So, yeah, go get fucked.
That's a messy.
Passion.
Oh,
That's a guy who just loves his footy club.
Who's he go for? West Coast?
I think so.
I reckon that's David Zeta that got a little drive
You're
by
going to have
that.
to go to training soon, mate.
Yeah, I do have to go right now.
Anything else?
Okay.
Sign for AFL umpires. That's it. Just all AFL umpires. Fine them $100.
Yeah.
That's what Hawthorn's paying them.
Brilliant.
Well, that's what Hawthorn's painted. That was a live one from Tassie.
That was brilliant.
That's a
More of
live
that,
one from
please.
Tassie.
All right, get out of here,
Oh,
mate.
I'm going to do a week.
my gosh.
That got me going. Do you need to cut your throat out, Dan? You right?
No, I'm just. I don't know how to handle that. Someone on YouTube says I can
Hang on,
taste.
go back to me, Jaiden, for a sec. Toby Pink.
Put your ass.
Your bucket.
32, Toby Pink.
Wow, see you, Pinky.
I can taste the Bundy rumours from here.
Oh, far out.
Someone says on YouTube.
I should have. I guess we got to apologise for that. But
No,
no,
I-
someone
I-
passionate about their football.
Yeah, I think if there was just how many F words do you reckon were in that? Maybe
I don't know.
70?
But if that's talkback radio, I'm here for it. That's very, very
Oh,
funny. If you'd
boy.
like to continue some of that, backchatpodcast.com.au/fines. And this will be the third week in a row that I remember.
I need my aspirin inhaler. I'm struggling.
Do you need to wrap the show up?
Let's wrap the show up. Thank you to our partners and sponsors. Of course, Paywise, powering the podcast of 2025. TABtouch, Shelter Brewing Co, Whippersnapper Whisky.
Do you want me to do it?
ID. Yes, please. I need my puffer.
Okay. Dan Const, if there's any funeral homes out there, we will take your money because Dan's going to be in a coffin on the way home. I'll mean that in both ways. Coffin. He'll be coffin in a coffin. You like that, Jaiden? Very good. Thank you very much. Sponsors we miss there.
Mamba
TABtouch,
Digital.
Mamba Digital.
On one.
On One Services, we love them. We
Jamarra
absolutely
Ugle-Hagan.
love the North Melbourne Football Club. The pink eye from the stink eye absolutely loves it. See you later, Hamish Brayshaw. Bye, everyone else. I don't have anything to remind you about. Guest this week will be Nick Larkey from the North Melbourne Football Club. Enjoy that. Bye-bye.